And we back, man. MMA Sphere back at it again. Y'all already know, man. Today, we coming at you with the UFC Abu Dhabi full card predictions. All right, we got Whitaker the Ritter, RDR, Plot Armor King in the main event. We got Peter Yan, Marcus McGee. Maniac, man. Maniac. This card is cooking, all right? I'm going to be real. This is a pay-per-view level card. Definitely one of the better fight nights of the year, so let's get into it, man. I don't know if I have the order right. I don't even know. I've seen like 3 different orders. Starting off, Muhammad Yahya, Stephen Wynn. Yes, that's how you say that last name. Yes. Kind of Rando v. Rando here. Stephen Wynn, he's been on the Contender Series like 3 different times, I think. Yeah, he's been on the Contender Series 3 times. I mean, nothing special with him. I'm taking Muhammad Yahya. All right, I feel like he's got the UFC experience, you know, especially he's from UAE. I'm going to be favoring the Russian guys and the Middle East guys over there a little more, you know, especially with the crowd. Judges, if it ever goes there. This one will go to a decision, I think, so I'm going to take Muhammad Yahya by decision. Starting up the UAE, man. Damone Blackshear, Davy Grant. This is a really good fight. This is an underrated fight, in my opinion. Davy Grant looked great at Tampa. He's that old man. No hate. How old is he? Chat, guess right now. I'm looking it up. How old is he? 39. Taking on the 30-year-old Damone Blackshear. Blackshear has been super active in 2025. He's had 2 fights, 2 wins. And then, obviously, this one coming up this weekend. He's really strong on the ground, so I'm actually going to take him by submission. And last fight, he really showed that he can stand up on the feet with you. So I'm going to take Damone Blackshear by sub over Davy Grant. That'll be a really good fight, though. Moving up, Carlos Leal, Muslim Salikov. Dude, I'm not going to lie. UFC, whoever's in the matchmaking room, Mick Maynard, whoever it is, Shelby, Sean, bro, you guys cooked on matchmaking. I'm taking Carlos Leal on this one. This is a really good fight, but Leal has just been looking really good. I mean, he's on a 4-fight win streak. Yes, that is 4. He beat Renat Fakhretdinov. I can't even get into that right now, all right? Muslim Salikov, he's that taxi driver, man. They got that old man strength, you know what I'm saying? He's coming off of 2 wins. Ponzinibbio, that's a big win. And then before that, lost to Dalby, knocked out by Randy Brown. I'm taking Leal until he shows me otherwise, until he really shows me that he can kind of fail. He hasn't failed to this point, and he's coming off of a knockout win over Morono, so I'm taking Carlos Leal. I think that's a safe bet by knockout there. Moving on. Budej Bukechka. Marcus Bukechka. Wow, okay, all right. You look at this fight, it's 5-1 versus 15-2. The 5-1 has no face on the UFC website or the ESPN website. So you're thinking, oh, this guy's got to be like a 24-year-old prospect. You know, he's 35. Okay, he is 35 and he has not fought in the UFC. I don't know, man. I don't know the odds. I don't know I'm trying not to look at the odds, but I'm going to take Martin Budej. I don't know. He's got UFC experience. He's got 2 wins in a row, I think. Yeah, 2 wins in a row before. And obviously his last loss was Shamil Dablob. So you can't blame him there, man. I mean, losing to the GOAT, there's no shame in that. I'm going to take Martin Budej here. I'm going to say he gets a decision. I know that's kind of rare at heavyweight, but he's coming off of back-to-back decisions. So I'm going to say he wins this one going the distance over Marcus Bukechka, who just doesn't seem like he has enough UFC experience, at least for me to know. I don't know a ton about it. Looks like he came from 1. Yeah, I'm going to need to see something before I pick him. Moving on. Asu Almabayev taking on Jose Ochoa. I'm taking Asu. Asu. He came in on short notice against Manel Cap. Had his moments, but he definitely did get dominated. But before that, I mean, god damn. It was win after win after win. The guy was on a 17-fight win streak before that. Okay, so you got to give him credit there. Submission artist. He's got 9 submissions, never been submitted himself. And Ochoa has not been tested on the ground, man. I can see that playing a factor. I can see Asu mixing up the takedowns. He's not bad on his feet either, so he can scrap if he needs to, but he's going to win this fight with control time, I think. So I'm going to take Asu Almabayev by decision. Moving up, last fight of the prelims, Amanda Ribas taking on Tabitha Ricci. I'm taking Tabitha Ricci by looks. Sorry, sub. Chat, what we doing? I'm taking Ricci by sub, though. Ribas is coming off of a loss by submission in her last fight, so I just think it only makes sense. Plus, Tabitha Ritchie's really, really good on the ground. Pause. 3 submissions in her career. She had a tough loss to Yan Zhao Nan, which is, that's a tough fight. And then a win versus Angela Hill and then Tisha Pennington. Both those are kind of aging well right now, especially the Angela Hill one. So I'm going to take Tabitha Ritchie to close out the prelims in Abu Dhabi. Moving on to the main card, first fight. Ibo Aslan versus Billy Elikana. All right, Billy Elikana in his last fight. He was the guy that came in on short notice against Bogdan Guskov, I believe. God, I forget what card that was at, but dang it. I want to say it was 311 at the start of the year, but I'm not completely sure on that. Ibo Aslan, I think he's coming off of the Kutalaba fight where both of those guys were literally going 500 miles an hour from the ring of the bell. But I'm taking Ibo Aslan in this one. I think Billy Elikana's, a lot of these guys, same thing. They're just a little bit too unproven for me to have full confidence in, okay? So Billy Elikana is going to have to show me something first before he takes on a guy that is pretty skilled and very dangerous in Ibo Aslan. We saw Elikana's chin get cracked against Guskov, so I can only imagine what Aslan's going to do this week. So I'm going to take Ibo Aslan by KO. Moving on. Oh, Guskov. That's what I'm talking about, bruh. Yeah. Guskov, the guy that beat Billy Elikana in their last fight on short notice, taking on Nikita Krylov. I'm going to take Guskov by KO. Krylov kind of took like a super long layoff in between his past few fights. He's taken some long layoffs. I think that's only going to hurt him. And I think Guskov's riding the momentum. He's on a 3-fight win streak, a couple of KOs before his last submission win. So I'm going to take Guskov there by KO. I'm going to say he cracks the chin of Krylov there. Moving on, Shara Magomedov and Marc-Andre Barriault. This is a good fight, man. This is a good fight. I love to see Shara back in the cage after those little retirement rumors were circulating. He lost his last one against MVP, got fraud checked, but I think this is definitely a win for him. I think he gets back in the W column. I could see this being by decision. Marc-Andre Barriault, his chin's been cracked a few times. Pfeiffer's been in there. Pause. Major pause. What are we doing, chat? I'm going to take Shara Magomedov by decision. I don't think he loses in front of the Abu Dhabi crowd, man. All right, so I'm taking Shara Bullet there. Moving on. 3 fights left. Feature fight. I'm hyped for this one. I think this will be a banger. Bryce Mitchell, Saeed Nurmagomedov. 2 grapplers. Bryce Mitchell making his debut down at bantamweight. Definitely a cut for him, so I'll be interested to see how the weight looks coming off. I'm going to take him to win this one. I know he's coming off of a tough loss to Gene Silva, but hey, man, that's Gene Silva. That's how we do. Before that, he had a win against Kron Gracie, and then he got obliterated by Josh Emmett. No offense. Saeed, he just has not, impressed me in his last few fights. I'm trying to think. I think it was Vinicius Oliveira that he last fought, but his fight against Jonathan Martinez, I know it's a while ago, but that really kind of showed me that he's not as good as the last name, if you know what I mean. I just think Bryce Mitchell is really strong on the ground, and so is Saeed, but I just think Mitchell's submission threat is a lot more deadly there, a lot more relevant. So I'm going to take Bryce Mitchell. I'm going to say he gets a decision win, though. I'm going to say the weight comes off smoothly, good cut, and he comes out of Abu Dhabi with the W. I could see him getting booed, coming out, and just putting on a masterclass of a post-fight interview. So I'm going to say Bryce Mitchell by decision. Co-main event, Puerto Yan versus Marcus Maniac McGee, man. Sheesh. The Maniac getting a test, that is for sure. He's 10-1. He has not fought this level of competition. Not even close. Very safe bet with Puerto Yan. I think this might be my lock. There might be some more lopsided matchups later, earlier in the card, but there is literally not a doubt in my mind of Puerto Yan losing. Okay. Technique and skill all out the door. All right, throw that all out the door. You're telling me you can actually see the referee raising Marcus McGee's hand and checking into the rankings on Tuesday and seeing Marcus McGee ranked 2 or 3 or whatever. 2, I think. Not a chance. Literally not a chance. Puerto Yan wins this pretty handedly. He looked great against Figgy. He's only fought good fights lately. Great win against Yadon before that. I just think Puerto Yan's way more skilled than him. Okay, so I'm going to say he pieces him up on the feet. McGee's good on the feet. Don't get me wrong. He's good on the feet, but he is nowhere near Jan's level. And you know what? Jan's nowhere near number 9 on a GOAT list, all right? At Lucas Tracy. Just getting that out of the way. But I think he cruises to a decision. That's what I'll say. I think he definitely beats McGee standing up. I think he's going to outclass him in the pocket, really piece him up. I can see him rocking McGee a few times, but McGee's pretty tough, so I'll give him the credit of lasting through the end of the fight. But I'm going to say Petr Yan wins this one and is right back into that title conversation, man. Merab obviously has Corey next. Petr Yan's going to be right there if he gets a win this weekend. Main event, Robert the Reaper Whittaker going up against Rainier the Ritter. RDR just has that plot armor. He has been cruising so far in his UFC career. He's on a 4-fight win streak, 3 inside the UFC. When I first watched that GM3 fight, I was like, oh, whoa. This is the one king? This is your glorious king? He had that sub against Holland. I was like, okay. This man's legit. Maybe this man is legit. And then when he just dominated Bo, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like that low-key is getting more credit than it deserves. That's what I will say. But, no, he's looked great. He's 3-0 inside of the UFC, but, like, every one of those fights has just been domination. And then Whittaker, obviously he's coming off of the tough submission to Hamzat, but, hey, at the end of the day, that's Hamzat's wrestling for you. Before that, Ikram, Costa, I mean, he's got the most decorated middleweight on here in the rankings right now, I'd say. It's a tough one. But I think I got to ride it till the end, man. I got to go RDR until he proves me wrong. All right? His plot armor... This fight is just, it's so even that I think at the end of the day, plot armor is really just going to be what it comes down to. You know what I'm saying? You guys know. So I just think you got to follow the script. Obviously, the RDR career script has been leaked. It's kind of a rerun with Drakus, so, it's kind of annoying that it already got spoiled. But, Drakus knocked out Whittaker. RDR is going to knock out Whittaker. All right, so that's my pick, man. That's my main event pick. RDR by KO. I'm going to say second round. Is that crazy? I can just see the memes. I can see the reels and the edits just back and forth of, oh my gosh. And then if DDP beats Hamzat and we get an RDR DDP title fight, it's over. Chat, we're cooked. And you know what I'm just thinking? They both have 3-letter nicknames. What are we doing? This is UFC's remaking. They're rerunning scripts. They're rerunning clips. They're clip farming out here. But no, man, I'm taking RDR by KO, and that is my full card prediction right there. That's my main event pick. Let me know down below what you guys got, who you're liking here, your most confident picks, your underdog picks. You know what? As of right now, I'm gonna say my underdog pick is gonna be RDR. He's an it's close odds for sure, but I'm going to take RDR and then Petr Yan as my lock. So let me know what your lock is. Let me know what your underdog pick is. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. The channel's growing, man. The channel is growing. Follow the IG. You can get all the best graphics out there on there. So let me know, fellas. Appreciate the support. Peace.